I can't wait for that.
But he might have to take some time off from work.
KELO's Don Jorgensen reporting. It was a sign of the season as the White House unveiled its 2008 White House Christmas decorations. First Lady Laura Bush chose a red, white, and blue patriotic theme for her final holiday in the White House. From nutcrackers dressed like Uncle Sam to a blue room tree decorated with 369 ornaments from every congressional district and U.S. territory. You're watching CBS News Up to the Minute.
CBS News.
The word concessions, I used to cringe at that word, but now, why hide from it?
Concession stand. The UAW ready to sacrifice to save Detroit's auto giants. Handshaking and finger pointing. Condoleezza Rice calls for a robust response from Pakistan to the attack in Mumbai. And Coldplay Power Play. The rock band racks up 7 Grammy nominations, including Album of the Year. This is the CBS Morning News for Thursday, December 4th, 2008.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Gielan. This morning, the leaders of Detroit's big 3 automakers make their second pitch to Congress for a federal bailout. They're asking for $34 billion in aid. In a surprising move, the UAW says it's willing to make major contract concessions, but for now, prospects for a bailout seem bleak. Tara Mergener's in Washington with more. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Michelle. The big 3 are counting on a better outcome today, but the reception could be chilly. The big 3 don't plan on leaving Capitol Hill empty-handed.
I flew southwest to come here. I took the train from Philadelphia to Washington, and I'm in a town and country van to go to Washington. And by gosh, we're going to win this.
But many lawmakers say it's not about how the CEOs get to Washington. It's about what they want, a $34 billion aid plan to jumpstart the auto industry.
They're asking extraordinary assistance from the American people and the taxpayers in extraordinary times.
Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid says there aren't enough votes to prop up Detroit by tapping the Wall Street Rescue Fund. But the Bush administration and auto state lawmakers want to help the big 3 with aid from a different source. They want to take a $25 billion program for green cars and turn that into emergency loans. Yesterday, the United Auto Workers Union made it clear millions of jobs rest in the hands of congressional leaders.
Main Street, Side Street, and rural America are all impacted by what the Congress of the United States does.
The UAW is ready to make concessions to help the cause, but it will be the CEOs who need to close the deal. And today is just the beginning of round 2 for the big 3. Tomorrow, the automakers will have even more convincing to do when they face a House committee. And without help, automakers say the economy will spiral into depression. Michelle, back to you.
Tara Mergener in Washington. Thanks, Tara. On the CBS News Money Watch, we'll hear about claims for jobless benefits and the latest on retail sales this morning. Claire Lake in New York has more on the slumping economy. I feel like a broken record. Good morning, Claire.
Yes, it does. Good morning to you, Michelle. There's more grim economic news due out this morning. The big chain stores like Walmart, Nordstrom, and The Gap will report their November sales. Some analysts say for retailers across the board, they could be the worst on record. We could see a 14.5% drop at specialty retailers and a whopping 20% decline at department stores as consumers held on to their wallets. Now, November is shaping up to be the worst month for the job market in 30 years. Companies slashed workers by the thousands last month, and more Americans are expected to have filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week. The Labor Department is expected to report that initial jobless claims rose to 540,000 later this morning, and today's number is likely to be an ominous sign for tomorrow's big November jobs report. Economists are expecting a loss between 300 to 350,000 jobs last month. Now, Asian stocks ended mostly lower ahead of big interest interest rate cuts expected by Europe's central banks today. Japan's Nikkei slumped 1%. Hong Kong stocks lost more than 0.5%. Now on Wall Street, the Dow does start the day up 172 points. The Nasdaq begins with a gain of 42. Meanwhile, President-elect Barack Obama has tapped New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson as his Commerce Secretary.
We will create technologies the world is seeking while creating millions of new jobs that can never be outsourced. We will
And there could be some good news for home buyers. The Treasury Department wants to jumpstart the ailing housing market by slashing mortgage rates for new home loans. The plan would use mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to bring loan rates down as low as 4.5%, a full percentage point lower than the average rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage. The hope is the plan will stem the rising tide of foreclosures and prop up plunging home prices. Michelle?
That'd be great news. Okay, Claire Lake in New York. Thanks, Claire. This morning, Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice met with Pakistan's Prime Minister in Islamabad. He told Rice the Mumbai attacks were beyond anyone's imagination. Pakistan's president vows strong action against any Pakistanis involved in the attack. Rice says his country must mount a, quote, robust response to the Mumbai massacre.
This was a terrible attack. It was a sophisticated attack at a level of sophistication that we haven't seen here on the subcontinent before. That means that there is urgency to getting to the bottom of it. There is urgency to bringing the perpetrators to justice, and there is urgency to using the information to disrupt and prevent further attacks.
Airports in India are on high alert this morning. A week after the deadly Mumbai attacks, the government received warnings about possible hijackings leading to an airborne attack. Meanwhile, India suspects 2 senior leaders of an outlawed Pakistani militant group still living in Pakistan were the masterminds of the Mumbai siege. We'll get the latest now from the airport threats from Alex Crawford of Britain's Sky News. She's in New Delhi, India.
Well, 4 of the main airports in India have been put on high alert: Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore and Chennai. Paramilitaries have been called in to help beef up security, and cars are being stopped on the way into all of these airports and checked. Hand luggage is being put through at least 2 checks, x-rays, and being physically hand searched. And passengers themselves are having to go through 5 different security checks before they board. Now, this follows what the Defence Minister said was credible intelligence that there may be an airborne style attack at one of these airports, similar to the 9/11 attacks in New York. And on top of that, there was an email threat sent to an Indian news organisation threatening to hijack 1 or more planes at any of these 4 airports. Now, clearly, the Indian government is under considerable pressure at the moment, having faced an avalanche of criticism that they did not act quickly enough, or indeed at all, in the lead up to the Mumbai shootings. They didn't follow up intelligence they received from America just 1 week before. And so they're very anxious to be seen to be doing something, and they're very, very anxious to be seen that nothing it goes wrong again. At the same time, the US Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is on an unexpected trip to Pakistan, and she's trying to get reassurances from the new civilian president there that he will take robust action against terrorists. In Delhi, this is Alex Crawford of Sky News for CBS News.
Just ahead on the morning news, new fairy tales from the creator of Harry Potter, plus big Grammy nominations for rapper Lil Wayne. First. First, Katie Kirk has a preview of tonight's CBS Evening News.
Online doctor ratings are supposed to help patients shop around for the very best care, but you may be surprised to hear who is actually rating the physicians and why they may not have your health in mind. Our special series, Second Opinion Medicine Online, tonight, only on the CBS Evening News.
Call me biased, but I think there's no better gift than a coat.
Leslie Blair, Burlington Coat Factory, coat buyer.
And I've got more of them. More styles, more brands than anyone else. At prices so low, they're my gift to you.
Burlington Coat Factory. Everyone loves a great buy.
Some cold decongestants chose to change their formula. Claritin D chose not to change.
So I take Claritin D for my cold, because nothing clears nasal congestion stronger, faster, or longer. Bombs away!
For cold congestion, ask for Claritin D at the pharmacy counter.
And live Claritin Clear.
What if we took the great taste of Splenda no-calorie sweetener and added a little fiber?
Sweet. Sweet.
Sweet. Now for the first time, a gram of healthy fiber in every packet. Sweet. New Splendid with fiber.
2 rinses. Both kill germs that cause gingivitis, plaque, and bad breath. Except one has the burn of alcohol and one doesn't.
Crest Pro Health kills 99% of the germs that cause gingivitis, plaque, and bad breath without the burn of alcohol. Crest Pro Health Rinse.
You can get a lot of water where you least expect it. Like in here. This detergent has very little cleaning ingredients. The rest is water. But with Tide, you get much more cleaning ingredients. More than twice as much. Tide. You pay for detergent, you get detergent. That's why there's no clean like Tide Clean.
Imagine doing this, then doing this with your best fountain pen. The classic fountain pen won't leak or blot because of its virtually indestructible nib. Writing smoothly and effortlessly. In this deluxe set, you get the fountain pen, plus a roller pen, ball pen, 2-color pen, micro pen, and mechanical pencil, as well as this fantastic 66-piece refill set, a wonderful gift in this presentation case.
Available at Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, and Kmart.
Big news for young wizards everywhere. The Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling's latest book, The Tales of Beedle the Bard, arrives in bookstores today, right in time for the holidays. One of the original handwritten and hand-illustrated volumes from the author is on display at the New York Library. The book of 5 stories has notes from Dumbledore, the headmaster of Hogwarts School. There was lots of glitz and glamour at the Grammy Award nominations last night. Rapper Lil Wayne led the contenders with 8 nominations. Christina McClarity of our Los Angeles station KCBS captured some of the excitement.
It was a festive night on stage at the Nokia Theater in downtown LA.
I'm seeing someone.
A star-studded red carpet, although I'm sad to say Kathy Griffin didn't steal the eye of host LL Cool J. Instead, LL's leading lady, Taylor Swift.
Happy holidays, everybody.
The celebration marked 2 major music milestones. This was the first time the Recording Academy held a 1-hour special announcing the Grammy nominations.
What does it feel like to have your first Grammy nomination?
Incredible. I don't know what to do. I'm a little shaken up.
And with the opening of downtown's LA Live, the Academy debuted the Grammy Museum.
You know, probably one of the most exciting nights for me because they got a museum where I had an exhibit in there, and I think that's like forever.
It's so good to be here representing Nashville, representing country at LA.
The show honored past music with present Grammy winners.
And other girls wish a day your partner, your partner when you're so vain.
The Foo Fighters strung their guitars to Carly Simon's You're So Vain, and Christina Aguilera softly sang Porgy and Bess.
I love you, Porgy.
Lil Wayne topped the Grammy charts, scoring the most with 8 nominations, and the most coveted award, the Record of the Year. Nominated Adele, Coldplay, Leona Lewis, MIA, and Robert Plant and Alison Krauss.
BB John, take us home!
And the good times will roll in February when the Grammys are handed out.
Hey, everybody, let's have some fun. You only live for once, and when you're dead, you're done. Let the good time roll.
For CBS News, I'm Christina McClarty.
How fun. Okay, and of course, you can watch the 51st Annual Grammy Awards right here on CBS, February 8th at 8/7 Central. Straight ahead, your Thursday morning weather, and in sports, Kobe Bryant goes home again, but Philly fans are happy to see him leave.
Luxurious fragrance and softness for you and your clothes. Indulge your senses with new Snuggle Creme Fabric Softener.
Mom. Uh-oh. I know that one.
Some things a mom just knows. Like when they call for you, you turn to us. Triaminic Thin Strips. Each strip is pre-measured so you can give the accurate dose of medicine every time. Put your trust in Triaminic.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pets, the pottery that grows. And now Chia Garfield. And Scooby-Dooby. He's a Chia Pet too. It's fun. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, water, and watch it grow.
Chia.
And this holiday, get the Chia Tree with a color-changing starlight. It puts on a festive show of lights. Chia Pets and Chia Tree with starlight. Collect them all.
Available at Target, Walgreens, Rite Aid, and CVS.
Booyah. Yes.
The easy-to-use Nikon D60 lets anyone capture a moving moment. With an interchangeable Nikkor lens for the sharp, rich images that make a Nikon a Nikon.
Got the shot. Very good.
The ultra-compact Nikon D60. And check out the highly awarded Nikon D300.
Here's a look at the weather in some cities around the country. New York, 48 degrees, Miami, sunny, 76, Chicago, 27, Denver, windy with snow, 21, Los Angeles, mostly cloudy and 62. And time now for a check on the national forecast. The latest satellite picture shows that storm clouds are gathering over the central Rockies and covering much of the southwest. Later today, interior sections of the southeast can expect some rain. Across much of Colorado and Wyoming, 2 to 5 inches of snow will make traveling difficult. In sports, the Boston Celtics hope to extend their winning streak to double digits. Rajon Rondo dished out 17 assists on the way to a triple-double against the Indiana Pacers. Paul Pierce added 16 points as Boston avenged one of their 2 losses this season. Kevin Garnett scored 26 as the Celtics won their 10th straight game, 114-96. In Salt Lake City, Paul Millsap led the Jazz with 20 points against the Heat, but Dwayne Wade topped him with 23 as Miami beat Utah for the 9th time in their last 10 meetings, 93-89. In Philadelphia, Kobe Bryant returned to his hometown to drop 32 points on the 76ers. Bryant made cream cheese of the Philly defense. The Lakers beat the Sixers 114-102 and improved to a 15-2 on the season. And in the college ranks, top-ranked North Carolina took on number 13 Michigan State. Tyler Hansbrough scored 25 points for the Tar Heels as UNC dominated the lackluster Spartans 98-63. When we return, another look at this morning's top stories and how foreign car makers give Detroit's Big Three a run for their money.
Everything from the CEO down to the folks that that are putting these fender guards on. We're all in it together.
Of all our beauty treatments, there's only one daily beauty essential. Metamucil capsules. They're packed with psyllium fiber to help lower cholesterol. Try Metamucil capsules.
Clap on! Shh. When you don't want to clap, get the Clapper Plus. Now with a portable remote control. Have the switch always handy. Turn on the light or choose your perfect location to mount the remote. Turn on the music. The Clapper Plus works from anywhere, even through windows and walls. Clap on! Or switch on. The Clapper Plus.
Available at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Kmart.
I'm CBS 4's David Bernard. What am I doing out here in the dark?
Good to go, David.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. I'm getting ready for the CBS 4 Holiday Homes Tour.
Think you have the best holiday lights in the neighborhood? Go to cbs4.com/lights. Send us a photo or video of your home, and you could be on CBS 4 News.
Okay, guys, see you at the next house.
Be a part of the CBS 4 Holiday Homes Tour.
All new.
Women talk about Oprah like, Oprah says, blah, 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 blah.
Who knew Dennis Leary is addicted to Oprah?
Well, now you're going to be that girl.
I am.
And he's got a secret man crush.
That guy's got a smile that lights up the entire planet.
Then we're talking sex.
Women really want to ask me, am I normal down there?
All the questions.
How do you really know when you've had that big O?
All the confessions. Next, Rach.
Today at 9 on CBS 4.
On the CBS Morning News, here's a look at today's weather. A wind-driven 2 to 5 inches of snow will whip across Colorado and Wyoming, creating some tough traveling conditions. Meanwhile, the Midwest will be cold while the Southeast will be wet. Here's another look at this morning's top stories. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice is in Pakistan this morning, calling on the Pakistani government to mount a robust response to the terrorist attacks in Mumbai. India says terrorists operating from Pakistan are responsible. And GM Chairman Rick Wagoner arrived in Washington in a Chevy Malibu. The leaders of the big three automakers traded their private jets for the road. Today, they'll answer questions about their restructuring plans as they make their case for a $34 billion aid package. Auto workers say they're willing to make major concessions to save their employers. It was a surprising move by the UAW announced yesterday following an emergency meeting. The union says it'll suspend the jobs bank in which laid-off workers get 85% of their pay. Currently, some 3,500 people average as much as $50,000 a year. Workers' benefits add almost $2,000 in the sticker price of every car that Detroit produces when compared to their competitors. And take-home pay for U.S. automakers averages $28 an hour. That's close to what Toyota, Honda, and Hyundai pay their workers. When you factor in health and pension benefits, labor costs are $73 an hour for Detroit, but only $44 for non-Detroit producers. And now a side-by-side comparison. On the left is a Hyundai Sonata, which looks a lot like the car on the right, GM's Chevy Malibu. The Hyundai made in Alabama, the Malibu made in Michigan. They're similar, but the cost of building them is very different. Mark Strassman has a tale of two auto plants.
I look for a lot of different things.
5 years ago, John Carlson put Detroit in his rearview mirror. He left Ford in Michigan for Hyundai in Alabama.
Did you see the writing on the wall?
Maybe a little bit.
At this new plant, Carlson oversees it all. 1,000 Hyundais built a day, both midsize sedans and SUVs. 3,000 non-union employees, and Carlson hired them all.
Everything from the CEO down to the folks that that are putting these fender guards on. We're all in it together.
This is obviously our award-winning Malibus.
North of Detroit, Gary Malkus manages this GM plant. Union labor makes mid-size sedans. But what's really on the line? Jobs for 4,000 employees.
That we're all on pins and needles as to what's going to happen.
Hyundai's workers, including all benefits, make almost $28 an hour, less than half the typical GM union worker. One reason? Covering the needs of its retirees costs GM more than $37,000 per active worker per year. GM has 360,000 retirees. In America, Hyundai has 0. Another Hyundai advantage in Alabama, America's most automated car plant.
Hyundai has achieved in only 3 years what Detroit has struggled with for the last 30. A highly competitive combination of quality and flexibility.
When SUV sales dived, the plant built more sedans. At many GM plants, that switch would take weeks. Here,
from point A to point B probably was within a few hours.
With a major difference. These GM workers build American innovation and inspiration. Not so in Alabama.
It's really just putting pieces together that somebody else in some other country has designed and developed for us.
But in the South, 3 more foreign car makers are building new plants. Up north, GM plans to close 9 more. Scary times in Michigan.
Some people, their last day may be right before Christmas break.
American car making heading in 2 very different directions. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Montgomery, Alabama.
This morning on the early show, we've got pop sensation the Jonas Brothers. I'm Michelle Gielan, and this is a CBS Morning News.
I'll tell you a little secret. I use fresh herbs to bring out the flavor of my homemade dishes. Now I can get fresh herbs all year round with the Gourmet Chia Herb Garden. It contains everything you need to grow fresh herbs right in your own kitchen. And with the patented Chia growing sponge, you don't have to bother with messy potting soil. Just place a moistened Chia sponge in each clay pot, sprinkle on the herb seeds, and watch it grow. Fresh herbs are always at my fingertips. I bought one for my mother, my friend, and myself.
Available at Target, Walgreens, Rite Aid, and CVS.
Fall in love with Hall's Naturals, now with a soothing honey center.
2 rinses. Both kill germs that cause gingivitis, plaque, and bad breath. Except one has the burn of alcohol and one doesn't.
Crest Pro Health kills 99% of the germs that cause gingivitis, plaque, and bad breath without the burn of alcohol. Crest Pro Health Rinse.
Ringling Brothers and Barnum & Bailey is taking you over the top for the greatest show on earth. It's heart-stopping, larger than life, over the top. Come early to the all-access pre-show, free with your ticket.
Prepare yourself for high-flying thrills and astonishing feats. Hang on to your hats. This show is over the top. It's a circus spectacular with ticket prices starting at $15. Playing January 8th through the 19th at American Airlines Arena. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster.
The Doctors is all new with the top 5 mistakes new parents make.
Can you be doing something wrong and not even know it?
Time to make a house call.
Feeding, crying, teething.
Squirt a little bit of that little gauze, scrub, yummy.
Do you know the safest way to clip your baby's nails?
I did it! I did it!
And so can you. Then put an end to a stuffy nose once and for all on the Doctors.
Today at 3 on 4, brought to you by these sponsors.
More and more Americans are turning to the internet when they're diagnosed with an illness. Last year, 132 million Americans searched for health information online. It's what at least 3/4 of everyone surfing the web is looking for. But there are risks. Dr. John LaPook reports.
That's a good boy.
When 45-year-old Melissa Offenhartz was diagnosed with breast cancer last May, she went straight to her computer.
I Googled everything from, initial things that I found on my mammogram report to little phrases maybe that my doctor had with me in conversation.
As she surfed, she was soon lost in a sea of phony remedies, testimonials, and seductive promises.
It's really a big ocean of information, and pretty soon you almost feel like you're drowning.
Some websites sold antioxidants to boost her immune system. It sounded reasonable, but when she checked with her doctor, she learned she was about to make a big mistake.
Because antioxidants protect cells, and you don't want to be protecting those cancer cells from the chemotherapy.
Melissa was nearly tripped up by bad medical advice over the web, and she's a nurse.
There are a lot of people out there trying to take advantage of cancer patients.
Barry Kasseleth has seen cancer patients harmed, even die, after being duped by fake online cures.
I've seen patients, and they have given up their children's college tuition fund. They've sold their homes, and they do this, and it has zero value.
Even treatments debunked decades ago are still easily bought online.
There are 150,000 hits for Laetrile.
Like Laetrile, made from fruit pits.
I'm ordering Laetrile for $19 plus $8.50 shipping.
About a week later, my Laetrile arrived. A few easy clicks of the mouse, and I've got my cancer cure. Only problem is, it's bogus.
Laetrile was banned by the FDA. It's a useless treatment.
Regulators are trying to crack down on companies making fraudulent claims, and the FDA has sent out 35 warning letters citing more than 260 products, including Laetrile. But officials say it's almost impossible to keep up with a marketplace so vast.
We are constantly scouring the internet for these sites and shutting them down. Unfortunately, when we shut some down, others pop up.
So here are some basic rules for searching medical information. If a product claims to cure cancer, click out. Beware of phrases like scientific breakthrough and products claiming to be natural and therefore safe. Beware of anecdotal information from testimonials or blogs. Check out the credentials of so-called experts. Look for sites like WebMD that are reviewed by health professionals. Some doctors say don't surf the web at all, but the temptation can be irresistible.
I went to see my oncologist. She and her nurse actually both recommended to me that I stay off the computer.
And what did you do?
I went online and searched for things.
The most important advice? Include your doctor. Together you can figure out what information to trust and how it applies to you. Dr. John LaPook, CBS News, New York.
That's the CBS Morning News for this Thursday. I'm Michelle Gielan. Have a great day.
You can't see it or smell it, and before you know it, it turns deadly. Carbon monoxide, the new warning signs, how you can protect your family. Coming up on The Early Show.
They're fighting to stay alive in the playoff race. Jaguars, Bears, Jets, 49ers. It's December football and the heat is on. Sunday on CBS.
11th hour, tonight on CBS.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Jim Barry. Here's what's making news right now. Police have arrested 3 suspects in the Dunkin' Donuts armed robberies. We're live with who cops are still looking for this morning. Leaders of the big 3 automakers head back to Capitol Hill this morning, but their bailout plan may be on shaky ground.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Jeff Barradelli. It's been a bit nippy for the past couple of days. Warm-up is on the way. What about your weekend forecast? I'll have all that coming up.
And it's time to celebrate Art Basel, how one artist is turning South Florida's smiles into works of art. Smile because CBS 4 News This Morning starts right now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
It is 5 a.m. on Thursday, December 4th. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jim Barry. Cynthia Demas has the day off, and so does Lisette Gonzalez, and so another JB, Jeff Barradelli, is in this morning. It's the JB hour, bright and early, and Jeff, are we finally going to start warming up just a little bit around town?
Yeah, and in fact, it's already begun. If you're outside right now, especially close to the beach, you know it's pretty warm. Temperatures in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. Looking at real-time radar right now, nothing going on. It's nice and quiet as we start our day here in South Florida, as you can see. Now, temperatures are ranging from the mid to upper 50s over inland areas and close to the 70-degree mark as we head towards the coast. And so that's the difference and discrepancy in temperatures. But as you can see, there's really not much going on across our area right now. So we'll start the day today with temperatures in generally the 60-degree range inland and close to the coast, close to 70 degrees. As we head through the day, temperatures will warm up. Not quite 80 degrees. We'll probably get to about 77 for an afternoon high today with a mix of sun and clouds. It really is going to be a spectacular day here in South Florida. Just a little bit of an easterly breeze. That's Check Your Weather Forecast. I will get more detail with your extended forecast coming up in just a little while. In the meantime, here's Christina Loren with a look at the roads.
Thank you, Jeff Barradelli. Good morning to you at home. As you probably already know, Thursday's a big day for construction around here, and we've got quite a bit taking place out there, so let's get right to the maps and show you what they're working on this morning. Watch out for Bob's Barricade this morning here on the Palmetto Expressway, just north of Okeechobee Road. You're going to find construction this morning on the Don Shula Expressway, and that's at Kendall Drive. That's an ongoing project that's going to last throughout the month. And this morning they're also working on I-95 just north of 54th Street. Okay, today is the last day to ride for free on those express lanes. Keep that in mind. They're going to start tolling tomorrow. You're also going to find construction up in Broward County on the southbound turnpike between Commercial and Sunrise Boulevards. We'll keep you posted with all your traffic information throughout the morning. Watch out for the cones on the Airport Expressway at Northwest 22nd Avenue. For CBS 4 Traffic, I'm Christina Loren.
We're happy to report today that the case of our